everybody, welcome to another episode of Hey Fee. I'm outside sitting with my little man in the sun. Why not? So I've been doing my 5-second journal and I thought I'd give you an update. It's actually made me get sleepy earlier. Like normally it takes me like 5 hours to get to sleep because I'm running through all the things that I need to do in my head, and doing that dump part is amazing. Like you just dump all your brain stuff in there. That's really helped. And 5 seconds in the morning to just write what's the one thing I want to do. Like one day it was showering, one day it was like get a video done, the next one was just like play catch with my kids. Like, it's just one thing, and the fact that I got it done, I felt accomplished. So it was like, it's doing its job. I think I'm feeling more positive. So I wanted to talk today and answer someone's question. I get this a bit, and I thought I'd better answer it. I got a question, is my child autistic? And then people write like a list of stuff, right? I don't know if your child's autistic. I didn't even know that mine were. So if you have a gut feeling, go to a developmental pediatrician, not the standard kid doctor, like a developmental pediatrician. They're awesome. Like kids can be sensory without being autistic. They can be OCD or ADHD without being autistic. And signs for boys and signs for girls are actually quite different. So it's very interesting. But here's some hints to figure it out. If your child needs some extra tools to help them through life, whether they have a label of autism or not. So here's some little hints that they might need a bit more help. So if you've got older kids, do they get defensive when you ask them basic questions that you know they know the answer to? So my son was like, this is an A, this is a B, which one's an A? And I knew he knew it, but he would freak out. So I knew something wasn't quite right. When you point and show them something, do they look everywhere but the place you're pointing? There's another one. They're not looking at you for a sign. Normal people, when you're, say, trying to figure something out together, a little bug wanted to go on me, they look up to see if you're giving any hints. But people with autism, even high-functioning autism, don't do that. So when you're pointing, they don't look where you're pointing. Or does your kid, if they're younger, do they actually point and show you things? Okay. Another one is not talking by the time they're 3. They could have a speech delay or they could have autism. They need at least 5 to 20 words by the time they're 3. Okay? And words that are meaningful, like mum, dad, ball, their favourite things, not just random things that are not associated. Do they play with toys? Like, do they make believe with toys or do they just line them up? Like, so there's a different, they have like that imagination play. Okay, do you play doctor with their toys? Do they have a little doctor's kit and they copy you and like make a cup of tea or something like that? If not, that might be another sign. Does your kid not look at you when they call their name, or when they do, they just gaze through you? Like, it's more of a like, I'm looking in this direction because I think I have to. When they need something, do they grab your hand and put it on it, or do they ask for it and point to it? So it goes back to the pointing thing again. Another sign for younger kids is when they're playing, do they look to see if you're watching and them play? A lot of kids like that attention. Oh, River's frustrated. Are you playing Nintendo?
Ice cream sandwich tomorrow.
You want an ice cream sandwich tomorrow?
Yes.
That sounds good. Okay. So another one is transitions, and I don't know if you know what transitions are, but it can be anything from going to the car, going to bed, going to eat dinner. So if they want to go outside and yet they don't want to put shoes on or go through a door to get outside, that's a transition problem. Or if they're super hungry but don't want to come to the table to eat, that's a transition problem. Leaving their friend's house, that can be normal, like upset. But if they're over the top dramatic, might be a problem. If you've got a big child, do they act like a toddler when they're having a meltdown, or you correct them? Do they like blow up and you're just like, what's going on? A big sign, like I did not know about my eldest son, but one of them was he thought that everyone knew everything and he wasn't taught it. So he's like, why does everyone know this work on the board and I don't? And it's like he thought it was a different language, and we found out he had a process problem. So that's another thing. He's super smart, but he had a slow processing problem. So there's visual learners, audio learners, all this. So that might be another sign. So if you have like three or more of these things that I've mentioned, go to a developmental pediatrician. You're not labeling your kid. You're just getting help and getting them the tools they need to go further in life. Can you imagine if you really wanted to be a writer and your parents didn't give you a pen or paper? This is what it is. They are trying to get ahead in life, but they don't have the tools necessary to help them. So does your kid have autism? Was this from Carly? I don't know. But if you've got a gut feeling, have a look. And hopefully if you got some of listen to any of those little suggestions, they might have some learning issues, or they might have autism. I don't know. But if you've got a little gut feeling, go get them checked out. It's not going to hurt. It's going to hurt if you do not get them checked out. Okay? So bye for now. Hope that helped. And I will speak to you later. Bye.